Thank you very much, all of you, for being here. I told my staff I didn't want anything, but they don't really listen when it comes to certain things. But it's good to know, because when I'm not here, they were doing an excellent job. I've always said you're only as good as the people that surround you, and that's why I tried my utmost to find people that could work and represent me on the ground. And they did a great job. There's so many of them here. Thank you very much. Many of them move on because it's, you know, it's a job early in your life, but some of them later, of course. But Sylvie is here somewhere, and she hasn't stopped working since she's been with me, and so has Margaret, of course, are still with me now, and Jacqueline over here. And I see Peter right here, and Peter left me to go work for some American ambassador here in Canada. Yeah, not too bad. And so many other people, all of you. I know Barry Dalrymple, I worked with him as a counselor as well, and a friend and colleague. Kelly Regan, been always very close friends with me, and I really appreciate the relationship. Only once I felt a little sad. Jeff was sick, and he made me take a town hall for him in Bedford. It was the government was talking about changing the business tax. It was not a very good town hall. There were so many people there that there was not enough room in the school. So I had two options: tell the rest they couldn't come in, or do something and find space. So I said, let's go outside, and I held a meeting for 2.5 hours outside on the steps. Believe it or not, I was up and they were firing bullets coming upwards. But my favorite boxer was always Muhammad Ali, so I found a way to kind of move around and survive that task. But it's been an honor and a privilege to be a representative of the people. And I've always had that, and I think it came from Dad, a 15-year counselor in Almadam in Cape Breton. And he always said, my people want, my people need, my people deserve, and my job is to deliver. And that's what he did, and that's what I learned through him, and I try to carry that. And the two dreams in my life, to be honest, except, you know, we're dreaming about hockey and scoring a goal in the final game, and baseball, we're going to hit that home run in the ninth with 2 outs. But the dream was really two things. My mom was a teacher for 46 years, loved to dedicate her life to young people and to society, because we all know that that's the door to success. And my dad, being a counselor, of course, it was important to him to defend his community. So both of those professions was my dream, and I got to live both. And I enjoyed it tremendously. I remember when I started the first model parliament in Eastern Shore, and Kevin Murphy was in my class, and he was, what were you doing, Kevin? Speaker. Yeah. So not too bad. We had a great time on that front. And then I moved on into education, of course, at the administration level, and then as a superintendent of the French school board right across the province, which was extremely important and touching and passionate profession for me, with my culture, of course. And then 10 years in Ottawa, and coming back after 10 years, still having your sanity is impressive as well. but you know, we had some tough challenges at times. I think about COVID. COVID was really tough on Canadians. But I'll be honest, for me personally, it was probably one of the best times in my life to represent people. Every day I was getting calls and emails with people concerned. And as we were working every night for 67 nights in a row in Ottawa, trying to find programs and adjust those programs, I could tell them every night what the people were saying, what they needed, what they cared about, and that was really a very, very important part of my 10 years. But we've done some really, really good projects.
Have you ever?
And if we look at this one, Barry, I think there's close to $400,000 from the federal government last year to get this done. And there's been some really good projects to help communities. I think of a couple that was really challenging. The one in Eastern Shore, the Eastern Passage, which was the wharf and the boardwalk that's there. You don't know how tough that was, but Kevin Murphy was sitting with me at some of the meetings, and it was nasty. And we got it done, we delivered. But it was a very important project for the community. And that's exactly what it is. If I look at the canoe clubs, we've done the canoe club in Sackville, the canoe club at Chima, the one in Lake Echo. When we started, it was impossible, supposedly, to get any funding for canoe clubs because we didn't fit the criteria. There was a criteria that just didn't fit. What was really good about that was that Scott Bryson had the same problem in his riding. And he was minister, and I said, Scott, get it done for you and my people will gain. And then all we had to do, of course, is get the province in, and we had a premier, Stephen McNeil at the time, and he did some real good work to help our community. And Yakuma, of course, major projects that we've done. I don't know, maybe 5, 6, 7 million over 3 million in total. Geez, my numbers are great. We stay positive.
We'll take 5.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I really, really, truly want to thank my volunteers. You can't get anything done without volunteers. It's extremely important. 90% of any activities that take place anywhere as we go is because we have volunteers that care about community and want to help. And that's extremely important. And the people that has been with me for 10 years, imagine. Andrew McNeil will be here soon, but Andrew McNeil did 3 consecutive elections as campaign manager. I don't know how he did it. Only Andrew knows that. But also Randy Snow. I mean, it was funny. I'd be in Ottawa, and those in politics, you probably know, when it comes time to make sure that all the paperwork, financial paperwork, is done, or else you're in big trouble. They would announce in caucus, make sure that you have the document signed. I wouldn't even go check, because I knew that I had my documents all done. Because Randy, and thank you, Randy, for that as well. Very important. And Braden, if you can grab Andre right now, he's going to tell you where you should put every sign in this writing. Because he's done it 3 consecutive elections as well. So thank you very much. He just came from New Brunswick just for this today. I can't thank him enough for that as well. There's so many of you that played a role, but that's the true value of Canadians and of community and friendship. And for that, I can't thank you enough. But I always felt that it doesn't matter to me if you were a Liberal and NDP or a Conservative. Honestly. The only time it mattered was election time. You don't have to worry about that. That'd be 36 days or 75 days, I'm in there and I'm in there to fight. But after that, it's about people and communities. And if people didn't vote for me the first time, and they voted for me the second time, I got 2 votes instead of 1. Just didn't get 1 over here, but that's okay. Because you can't get them all. As long as you get the majority. And we've been successful, and we turned this riding red, but because of the values. And we try to invest in our communities, and I think we did a good job. And I know. My friend Kirk there, he's the chef here today. He's got a team with him. But Kirk and I has been good, and I would call Kirk and I'd say, Kirk, I don't think I can make Windsor Junction, and I'm running out of time. He said, don't worry about it. I'm going to walk it, and I'm going to talk to everyone. So it's people like him that allowed me, of course, to do much of the work that we did. Andrew, I just talked about you, Andrew. And it was in good spirit. Thank you both for coming here today. Much appreciated, but 3 elections, campaign manager. And I'll tell you a story how it started, Audrey. It reminds me often. I drove all the way down to Maytagan. My head office was there. And I drove down for a meeting, a public meeting in Lower Sackville, where they were going to talk about nomination coming up in the next 6 months, etc., etc. And I went over to Andrew McNeil, and I said, Andrew, I'm interested in running, and can I count on you? He said, absolutely. And that was the day I walked out and I said, I'm running for sure, because I got Andrew, and I know he knows politics well, and he's going to help me get where I need to get. So it's been a great run, all of you. Thank you. John Withrow has been with me every election as well. Kevin Murphy, John, and then your wife, of course, Paula, and Wayne, my friend. I see you all here. Paul Russell, another councillor, or former councillor. It's so nice to see you all here, and to, again, I'm leaving. 10 years in politics is a long time. I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. But it's time. And you know when it's time, and I'll do something else probably, but not full-time, that's for sure. Don't call me if you got anything full-time. Anyway, I don't want to keep you, I don't want to keep talking any longer, but it's been an interesting journey. My grandkids, 3 of them will be here a little shortly. The others are in Florida with my wife, of course. And I won't get there this year to spend much time, but hopefully next year. So again, thank you all for coming out. Thank you for the support that you've shown, and thank you for being great Canadians, because we pull together when we have to pull together, and we're doing a great job right now.